Yes, Fambulem, I bring you the moments of greetings from the TNN podcast. My name is Prince Samuel Kroma, and today, na the 16th of February 2025. We supposed to forget a guest, William of the Stay Red Movement, but we get technical difficulties, and just want to make it clear now, potentially might not join the show. But if at any time you're able to overcome the difficulty the way they go through, then of course we will be and come on live. So again, once more, we're not able to forget William because he faced some technical difficulties. But if at some point during the show, because it's a short one, this is just going to be a 15 minutes, I won't call an arrangement or rant, if you like. So if you join, then we go square that up. If he doesn't, then we move forward with a 15-minute rant. Una already go to see the flyer for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a monologue, and I'll be going heavy on the ruling party. Tomorrow, I will be going heavy on the ruling party. Because after all, in fact, this should have happened a long time ago. It's time for call a speed a speed. But as soon as I see the title for this program is the APC Red, Hot, and Ready. Of course, there is division in terms of Project 2028 because some people still hold on to 2023. So it's kind of a divisive thing. But every organization, it gets structure, it gets rules, and people definitely need to abide by the rules they need if you want to be a member, because the structure, as per the rules, get the mandate, power for suspend and for fire, people the way they feel say no desire the membership any longer. But that mandate is up to the party executives. The point I'm going to try to make is, if the party executives seem to have moved on, then say something really don't change. So this meeting will go and talk to William of Stay Red Movement, because Naman we get a heavy voice on social media, specifically for the All People's Congress Party. I mean, at the head of ASME, we're at the social media unit for the All People's Congress. Very important voice. So we get some critical questions for ASCAM today regarding the forward movement of the political party. However, waiting to go on at the country, I mean, like I say, some of them don't see the flyer what we put out. So the flyer, when for tomorrow your own show, is saying that the APC is returning to power. And we don't do all the stress tests. We don't look at from this angle and that angle. We don't do data analysis. We don't do real-time analysis. We don't look at waiting they happen, waiting they go on. And they look at and this is not a hypothesis, by the way, but backed strongly by evidence, okay? Once you understand political science, and then say, waiting this guy to say, it does make sense. Only hardcore party people, SLPP, will be, in fact, not even that, the people on the inside know that something big, here they come. They know. But back to the subject matter. Inside the country, under this government, now scandal after scandal, scandal after scandal. The lives of the people haven't changed. I mean, when I go agree, and then the only iota of benefit them where we get, we're very limited once we don't elect these officials them to government, is the ability or the right for express we opinion, the ability or the right for assemble, the ability or we right for protest, for strike, for picket, if we're not happy about situation. But lo and behold, and this is very commonplace in dictatorships all over the world, so it's just a leaf from that book they now in there applying a free term. In acquiescence with the rule, the opposition party, the major party, some of the draconian laws the way they pass, where now then they use for grab people when you express yourself or just totally deny you the right for protest. The right for protest, when a sacrosanct inside the Constitution, where na cover we all as citizens of that country, that has been curtailed through laws where they pass now a parliament heavily represented by opposition parties. Yet those draconian laws, I call them, then they pass just for deny the people the right for express themselves. And government where they free the young people for express themselves, I mean, it's simply straightforward, not to better government. Government for be endeared to its people, and then people are endeared to them. That's how it should be, because now the people elect you there for a reason. You come, you made a bunch of promises, and then we go to the polls, apparently elected, and then now you're failing to deliver. And when the people want to express their right for protests against your leadership, and then you've been heavy-handed, police heavy-handed. Police, they go in a studio, they go arrest people on live TV, thing they already seen in South America. Yeah, now then Banana Republic them. Because now the Banana Republic, now they can't see that they can happen. I mean, why does it have to happen? It has to be in a studio, live television audience, they watch while they carry on such act. And they act not a treasonous act. Now act una can invite the person, una can wait for the person. I mean, the person is so vulnerable in a confined space. And they talk about none other but Hawa Hunt. Okay? I hear a video, and probably not to one, and the audio, usai. It's unbelievable some of the things that we say. You know, that's very insulting. But when did insulting government and the president, and the presidency wealth, we obviously unfortunate, but now the role where the mommy they play as first lady, she's very proactive politically. So she could have been a little bit more like a private citizen, even though she's the wife of the president, but act like the mommy for the nation. But we all know, say, she's a face on, and they pull back. Yeah, they clap back at people, and we clap back at them. In fact, when you talk na policy, both within the party circle and government circle, these are all facts, not to hearsay and they say. These are all facts. And family, we know that. So there's no excuses for this. But the idea here is, when did insults? I don't condone insults. I don't, and I don't face them so many times simply because people are not agree with the views. But the way me look at them, it's not because they are limited. Because if you're not limited, wait till they say, me not the cause. You can challenge me to a duel at any time, any place of your choice, and let's go there and have the arguments. That's a healthy democracy. But then it don't come to a point where everything that insults, where you say something somebody not agree, instead of then challenge you, on a sort of kind of level, it descend into then crude costing. But why would you indulge into that? Now, most likely because you are limited. Because if you're not limited, you will try for take the upper ground in the conversation and the argument. That's what it is. So now as we talk, this girl in a jail, I mean, the drama surrounding the arrest, which shows you that it was premeditated. It's not like what you don't set for somebody. Because professionally speaking, in the first place, she wasn't a threat. Because if in had been threat, then it's obvious that you go get for take action for neutralize the person, for confine the person, so that she's not a threat either to herself or to others. No, she wasn't. She was in a live program. And then state security enter a live program, a live television station. I mean, even that station, come on, that's a violation of I believe the station in rules. That's most likely trespassing because I'm sure, because it's not a private studio, by the way. Now, one of the arguments is I know anybody talk about. This is a private studio owned by a private individual. Forget about the political connection. The studio itself, I believe, is a private studio. And if you're going to go into that studio to effect an arrest, not only an arrest, the people that will go there, now based on invite, it's like I get me property, anybody we can be property, now based on I invite them. Now the only way that they come, if I don't invite them, that amounts to trespassing, and that's a violation. That's a serious violation. So in terms of state security, not because they're not state security, they can just walk into somebody who's basdomot and ibandong and effect arrest and etc. No, you can't. You have to have some kind of a warrant, some judge or something, here from the courts for give you permission when you get for sure say, are they go inside this place because I want to do X, Y, Z. A court order. But in this case, it wasn't. And I need to be proven wrong. Whether the people in the state security will go inside the studio for go arrest Hawa Hunt, whether they had a paper for effect that arrest day. But who cares? And at the thing that this will not see for so long, the continuous violation of the rights of the citizens of the country. It's either by some state officials, we get power because you can call police or soldier man anytime. We don't know the difference between policeman now and soldier man and MIB and CIT, because everybody when they're within party circles can be easily ordered or can effect some arrest in the name of protecting the government or government officials, forgetting about the power the people hold to express themselves, which is enshrined in the Constitution, the right to assembly, the right to freely express yourself. So they sit down with the opposition and carve out a law in a parliament where they call media law, blaspheme, this, that, where now under that guy's day, now they take arrest people and now or intimidate people for letting you not be able to express yourself. Because when you express yourself, depending on which part of the bid the official way they talk about grab, that will be a problem for you. So that woman did language in jail up till now. I mean, you can see the pettiness in the entire thing. I mean, like I say, when I listened to Ram, she sounded so crude, so crude. This is the age of social media. Some things are tolerated and others are not. But even when there is some kind of retribution or action, it should be commensurate with the thing where the person do. But in this case, you can't tell me that it wasn't heavy-handed. And look at the drama inside a studio, a live audience, they watch around the country, and then state security go there and go effect arrest of a guest of the studio. And like they say, I don't believe that there was a warrant because they don't care. This is the thing. They're not following the rules because no one is asking questions. Everybody kind of afraid. Yeah, you go ask questions, just know you said they're in trouble. And this is really bad. The governed do have rights. And some of them rights, they're so boku, then they inside the Constitution will protect them. But you cannot tell me that on a daily basis, these rights are not being violated because it depends on Udana you. Udana you. The way you the govern has to be with the consent of the governed. Because after all, now they lend you power. You come to them, you tell them X, Y, Z, and they say, okay, this sounds good. Let we see what thing for happen. But now based on the promises and what you make. And if you broke the promises, if you broke the contract, but tell me now, whose contract will you broke when they hold you accountable? Or are you this exceptional that because now you are the commander-in-chief, because now you are the minister of defense, because now you are the minister of information, some government official of some kind, some repute, so therefore you are above the law? Come on now. I mean, let's be realistic, Sierra Leoneans. It's about time. I mean, we've been having these conversations for long, but it's about time that we begin to take concrete actions to spell out that these things will no longer be acceptable, but it has to be a togetherness thing. We know that the country is hugely divided, but you get a large body of men and women, of citizens, we believe that the direction in which the country is going is the wrong direction. It shouldn't be hard to call this out. We know say the argument, people the way they support each other, and this is the thing about tribal politics. You see the wrong soul, you know they grieve for acceptance. Because why? The wrongdoer, now you wrongdoer, now you posse, now the one who you support, now the one who you like, or now the side who side you did. You forget say the nation is bigger than everybody, everybody. And then generally we want the good for the nation. That's how it should be. So nation first, Sierra Leone above everything else, and then everything else beneath Sierra Leone. It can't be harder than that. It can't be harder than that. And all of this, you could say this is a degree of arrogance because if I say all of this makes sense, you tell me what about this that doesn't make sense? Because if you do well, it reflects on the people. That's a given. When government they do well, they create opportunities for people. The health services is functioning. Other structures them of state, are functioning, which help the people for get by. A safe environment for thrive. A bubbling economy for everybody for get a piece of the pie. Opportunities created so people then go able for express themselves in different ways. Work, some social status, and etc. But mostly in a safe and conducive environment. And government now creates that environment, not out of fear. Because this is what's happening now. It's on the basis of fear. You don't put so much fear in the people and that people cannot even talk. And why is it? Because you're not doing the right thing. Because if you're doing the right thing, there will be little difference, probably only a paper. A single paper might be able to go through between the crack we go there between the people vis-a-vis the government and government and people. Paper thin, nine way before go between. Because there's some connection there. There's a social contract which is being carried out, executed. But you get the basic things, this is 8 years. This is 8 years. You get the basic things them, and 30 days the people will not get them. But we depend so propaganda. Government people and go komoyanda, party supporters, party picking and go komoyanda. They don't build a 100 bed hospital, yet mortality rate still high. Picking hospital and don't build under this, that, yet infant mortality rate high. And the woman business they don't solve now, so less, all a lie. It's a huge number. I will try get the percentage probably while they do the tomorrow show. So sometimes you send for that thing there, and then you expect that people will send them for you, and then they find out what you want to do or who you are, and then suddenly for get your own statistics from government, it becomes difficult because we want the truth. Not to waiting somebody who is a supporter, we get a motive for waiting and they can say in support of the government because they want for can't defend them. And waiting in the talk now is not actual. Yeah, and not commensurate with the truth. That's it. You get government officials, they come and being economical with the truth, which they've been doing for a while. Minister of Information, presidential spokesman. Where's integrity gone? Where's principle gone? Where's decency gone? Where's the principle of upholding some kind of morals? What is the country descending to or has descended to? So if you are partly like in the jungle, everybody just go. The kind of movement we you see, people are so much in despair. People are so much scared because there's no form of expression, which is a healthy thing in a democracy because government then know within they do right and within they do right. But trust me, most likely this government, of course, no, not really most likely. The government knows what it is not doing right, what it is not getting. But it won't allow the people for come out, for can express that, probably out of fear, security fear, because the level of unlawful behavior, to be honest, is an issue of concern. But again, this is a government responsibility. See, the problem, it always derives from somewhere. When people are gainfully employed, when people are tied up to something in which there is hope for the future, there's hope for tomorrow. When people look around, yeah, they're able to live within a family construct or a community construct, which is largely peaceful because they function, again, structures of state where they benefit the masses, running water, electricity, good hospital, transportation system, good roads, and you name it. And on top of that, job or an atmosphere for do your business if you're a private, you're a businessman, private person. Then you find out, say, that society there is more of a lawful society because there's decency because of family construct, family values. There's some degree of respect, morals, neighbor respect neighbor because decency there. But no, that no seem for they exist. So everybody now mean by like in the jungle, just they go about their business and because everybody kind of desperate, in despair and scared. But they have to look, they have to fend for a living. In fact, that living they would need for fend for, now it can always help for sort of temper them down so government who can't arrest them. Because you get for go look for living, you get you picking them. Even though you don't violate anything, because the Constitution does make provisions for you for a number of things that where you have a right to do. But you can't because there's a level of intimidation. This is a fact. Hawa Hunt in program, that's one of them. And there have been many of these kind. Just a few weeks ago, a journalist gone. The guy from Waterloo. And we already the story. I really don't want to weigh in on that. Because again, they try for dig under, not only hearsay, they say, because there's so much bubble on top. I like forget to the nitty gritty, the bottom of the story, because on this platform, we chide or pride ourselves, as engaging in material facts. And sometimes, now, an hypothesis now we present, but when we present them, at least now with a modicum of decency, because there's a level of circumstantial evidence where they for back that up. You can easily, and sometimes, difficult, but connect the dots. You can. So this night happened. And this is why tomorrow, part of waiting at the talk now will be more lengthy. Because now you try to give grounds on the basis of why there will be a change. There should be a change. There must be a change. Because 10 years of nowhere, it has to come to an end. To an end through the ballot box. I must make that emphasis there. That they promote anything violent here. Nothing outside of the law. I'm talking about things within the law. So if we talk about changing government, the way you change government is through the ballot. Even though this in itself is difficult, but you see, these are some of the things where they make people and live in despair. Apparently, no hope. Because the last place society for try a fair play for change your government where you're not satisfied with, you don't have any degree of fairness there. And people are going to say in a 2023 election, of course, yes, there are many question marks. Go on a State Department, their website, Canada UK Parliament and website under Sierra Leone. Look at the EU statement, the EU, European Union, 27 nations, look at their statement about re-elections. And we know the history on what happened between the government and these people. We know the history, so it's not like which are the talk now is out of order. We know that. Remember constituency 110. You see these things, they expect we forget these things, but no, we're not forgetting them. Because you have denied the people their rights. Now, that's what we see because election, then they go your way. Officials of government, Jaran one. If this not to disrespect for the citizens who elected you in the first place, what else would you call that? Did you think you were doing this only to your opposition people? Yes, of course, now them been the win, and you don't want to let them win. But this was an exercise of democracy, a people's thing, a people's right. And all of them people that we go vote might not even have been the opposition people. It could have been just everyday citizens. It could have been even some of government people, citizens that will support you, but this day they not agree with the way how things they go. And then we see government officials go in there in full view of the camera, no regard at all, no fear in them. Their ID cards were readily available. Their faces, because these are public officials, we know them, we see them, go inside a holy shrine of the people, an electoral center, an electoral booth. Take the people's vote, go and come and nyankaram, mash them up with vengeance, because the election they go your way. And we were warning people, we were warning other officials that this is not right. And then when the real one happened, now the big one happened, and then you want to say, no, this is not true. But not knowing that there were elements of this all along in the past. That's why we say you can easily connect the dots. So there is this crack between the people and the government and the people. Because why? Government is not delivering, especially on what was promised. And then it's scandal after scandal, scandal after scandal. And most things where they come out and can't talk, either through the media and propagandists, now either for can straight tell a lie, bold lie before we face this, or for can promote a little project, just like when the president go cut a ribbon for Kunu. Kunu, because you get them by level, Pampa, Kunu, and how you call them? Kunu, now the president go cut ribbon. But of course, it been less than a social media, and you know say something wrong, because that was a shocker. What was behind this? Was it a massive project that's coming to provide employment for Sierra Leoneans then? Was it a massive project that they can provide some level of food, seafood, for the people then? Just for the people then, when they talk about even export, because it's not local. Was it only 1 canoe? Was it a dozen? Was it 2 dozen? Was it some kind of structure thing? Or that one old canoe team up and outside the president? Or was it just symbolic? So many other things that I can talk about from Bulem. But tomorrow, Una join me at about the same time, 3 o'clock, where we will tell Una why we think that the APC will be returning to power. Today, William of Stay Red movement, we supposed to can tell we, whether the APC is red hot and ready, as you can see the title, because that's his business for defending party, and women just therefore create the background and the atmosphere for let we have this conversation. Okay? And I've been challenged on a few things. But tomorrow, as a you don't need for be a political scientist. You don't need for be a political analyst. You don't need for be a social scientist for understand the trend of things and just a little idea about politics and the direction, how people can get, fed up. And it's like, if it's not working for us, why should we continue in this path? We almost make the 10-year myth true, whether not fact or not fiction, as we ask the question on the flyer. Say this notion may go around. Oh, na 10 year. I'm not sure about that, and I don't think so. But then circumstances look, they make like say this talk here not true. Or family will join me tomorrow about 3 o'clock. I get plenty for say tomorrow. I'm sorry that William not able to appear due to technical reasons, but hopefully we'll get him one of these days. Do ya wanna help for share this video? Because what think can happen, the algorithm can be favorable to you when people and they respond, when they share, when you get more people in. And when you get more people in, which means that we are able to invite people in of higher status. Of course, we invite everybody to this platform open to everybody, but people of higher status who for whole accountable and responsible for the running of our state. So we're able to bring them, come and can question them. Mr. Kroma, that arrest of Hawa Hunt was was ordered to say the least. They engage in cherry. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, and the woman is languishing in jail now. You know, so vindictive, so vindictive. It's like even before trial, you are already guilty. That's what they're demonstrating: state power, and also sending a message that regardless of who you are, where you are, if you venture with us, this is what we will do you. So when you try for put fear inside people, these are the things that you can do. And what better place for let you do than in a studio where you probably had tens of thousands of Sierra Leoneans watching live as this happening. Would have go one for let that kind of thing happen to them. So you've managed to instill fear deep inside the people so that the people are unable to wake up and see what they're supposed to see or express their rights as enshrined in the Constitution. This in itself is authoritarian, it's draconian, and I don't know whether it's late to make an about-face turn, but making an about-face turn just implies that you have to do the right things, that you have to make services available for the people, not good light and bad light, but good light. Not half year, not running water, yeah, only for ministers there, but for the people. I mean, if the ministers can have it, why can't the people don't have it? These are the things that you're supposed to do for India, the people to you. Now, natural process. Once that is done, people are satisfied, people are calm, people are going about their business, and then they think about, what you do because they know you're doing the right thing. They know they made the right choice, and you are delivering on your promises. But change is coming, Sierra Leoneans. Keep tuned tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Tell your family, tell a friend, tell your friend. For subscribe to this platform, like and follow. Also share. We'll try for increased membership this year. We know one for pay, also they can get named then our membership where they call Sanjeev Kumar or Chin Chan Chong. We got nothing to do with us. So we want traditional names them where as soon as you see the name them, certain people that they get something for do with the talk show. So Fambule Mateluna, thank you very much. I'll see you again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Tell everybody, help for share the flyer. Thank you so much and have a blessed Sunday. Goodbye for now.